Get in, nerds. We are playing Burden of Command. It is turn 4 in our assault on the Siegfried line, and I think we are in a good position to complete this assault on the Siegfried line. So, I'm going to start with Rao, who I think will have the ability to take this last objective this turn. Let's head here. Getting a little risky. We're going to see there's an enemy unit over here. Oh, right. Shells keep falling on. Sorry. Not going to sing anything copyrighted, even if it's applicable to the situation. Alright, so looks like there's nobody home over here. Still don't know what's over here. So let's get up behind this MG and take them. Yeah, indeed. Beautiful. Still seems like nobody, so let's grab the objective. Alright, that is all I need to do with Rao. Let's just get him and his other squads into cover. Don't want to get silly over here. Probably should have had him come up and lead an assault, but, you know, it is what it is. And we'll just put the lieutenant in here. And again, I don't think I've got anything else I need to do over on that flank. It's really just this flank, and Thompson's going to have to lead it. I might get very lucky. We'll see. But I think I'm going to let the turn pass and see what that does for us. Okay. Oh. Well, don't love that. Hope he doesn't get killed. Huh. Enemy MG over there. Enemy MG there, too. Golly. Okay, so there's a bunch of fellas over here. Okay, I mean, I guess I knew there were going to be fellas over here, so I'm not... I think I held in my heart a desire that there not be fellas. But unfortunately, fellas there were. Happily, they seem to be using all of their action points, so I may be able to simply assault them with Thompson's lads this turn and just get them totally rock them. Rock them and also sock them. Rock and sock their robots. So let's do it. We got the distance. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, I guess I knew I was assaulting enemy units. Get him!
Shit.
Not great. Not great. Get him, I said!
Come on.
Alright. And there's the assault. There's some slightly better visibility over here. Alright. Enemy squad here. Not loving that. Okay. But they're undaunted, which is nice. Took a casualty, which is not nice. But that's okay. That's okay. We got a lot more fellas over here. Yeah, bet you didn't expect there to be a squad. Now. I think this squad... needs to come up on this MG. Oh, there's not visibility over to those hexes from there. That's actually perfect. So, We'll send this squad down through concealed positions up to... unfortunate. Get him!
Come on.
Oh, excellent. Well, that'll cover the advance. And what do we see? Another MG over there. And that means probably... no, not getting shot at. Ooh, excellent. So... where can I see this MG position from? Stern can see him. Okay, so we can shell him next turn. Let's get this other squad up here. Okay, come on, computer. You can do it. I believe in you. You have the processing power. These guys happily can't see much. Let's just get these lads going forward here. I'd love to get into this house, but failing that, I can at least get up here. And then Thompson can continue moving forward to the greatest extent he can, which is not that much because he doesn't have that many action points left. I should have had him rally himself. Alright, that's okay. That's okay, though. These things happen. This captain can go anytime. I'll have him rally himself. Give yourself a pep talk, Captain. Get back into the battle. Alright. This enemy MG is facing south, so if I move these fellas up around behind them, maybe we'll be able to take them from behind. Anyway, that's Thompson. We'll do some shelling with Stern next go-round, and then hopefully these guys won't beat up my squads too bad.
Auf meinen Befehl!
Alright, nice. So, time for a mortaring. So your trusty 60... oh, it doesn't have the range. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll use one of these attached 81mm mortars. Hi there, hello. If you listen to me, you can tell me which other YouTubers I watch. Other YouTubers is kind of generous, to be completely honest. I'm not not nearly the size of their channels. All right, that wasn't as much suppression as I was hoping. And I only had the one. Tragedy. Oh, right, because this is a 30 cal. Sad. Quite sad, to be completely honest. L, Mr. Bond. What if... does the captain have any more support? No, just the usual. Well, that's unfortunate, because I really wish I had more support. But anyway, I don't need to agonize over it. I've got extreme confidence in my ability to win this fight. Perhaps even foolish confidence. Okay, they got rallied. Alright, don't love that. But again, if we can get in behind them with this squad, we can get where we need to go. And that will be sufficient. I don't have the ability to hit them with this tank, do I? No, absolutely not. So now, what's the... I might spot an enemy unit in this trench if there is one. Okay, spotted. But again, they're facing south, so I'm in actually their rear arc. So, if I go up here... I'm not going to win that firefight. If I get close enough here, I might be able to assault them. And that would pretty much sort this whole zone. Who else is in this platoon. It's these fellas. Now, coverage from these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the line I need to be cognizant of. This is the line right here. So, move these fellas forward. They've been spotted, obviously, but there's only one enemy unit over there. I can effectively get around them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can get up to here without a problem. Who else is in this platoon? There's this 30 cal, and there's this squad. I'm going to move these lads forward first. I'm just going to have them head straight for this trench. I don't think there's anyone else in here, but if there is, I'll find out because I'll get shot at. Alright. Now let's get this 30 cal moving forward. And then we'll get this fella up here into their squad so that he can rally them next turn. Never commanded 2 companies before. A little bit of a fun moment. I'm glad they've successfully operated in their sector and been able to take the objectives that were in their zone of the battle. That's been nice to see. Despite the fact that I got a lot of the lads killed. I mean, not a lot, not that many. Here's like 10, one squad's worth. It's definitely been worse. Is what I'm saying. Not that it's not bad, just that it's been worse. All right, these lads going forward. I hope this isn't one of those battles, one of them fancy counterattacks I've been hearing about. Germans sure do love that. Let's get this 30 cal forward a little bit. And then we'll move this squad forward just so as to continue the advance. Now, you might be asking, why am I moving all of these squads forward when I could easily not do that? And the answer is, what if something else is going on in this baby? The other possibility, of course, is that, if this is one of those German counterattack scenarios, that's possible. The other thing that might be the case is that, I'm about to leave all these guys out in the open for when the counterattack comes, and that'll be tragic. But either way, I think it's reasonable that this company would continue to move forward as part of their assault. I don't think they would simply stand by and allow a battle to sort of happen without them. That just seems silly, even if they thought they were potentially in a bad spot. So Lieutenant Brock. I need you to rally this squad. I know it's not that much morale damage, but it's still some. Then we can get this squad moving forward. Again, these lads I'm going to leave back here because they're really in shit shape, to be completely honest. These lads seem to have a little bit of a distance covering problem, but 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, oh no, they're out of go rounds. Well, that's a shame because I would love to be able to shoot at them, but life is not made of perfect opportunities. So that's the east flank, and now it's time for Dearborn. Let's get Dearborn and his lads. Let's just put them in covered positions. Now that we've got the heights back, now that we've got the heights, I can pull them, I guess. It's really pulling them back to just get them into covered positions. Make sure they don't get all beat up. And then that's the turn. That's a really short episode if I end it this turn. But yeah, maybe we'll go to the end of the episode. Maybe we'll go to the Age of Men screen, and then we'll go forward. I think that's what we'll do, because I'm really close to this thing being just completely finished. All right. Turn 5. We've made really excellent progress. Mortars are picking up. Cool. So first things first. I'm behind this MG. Let's take him. I don't know why I keep thinking that's going to work.
Let's get those bastards.
Get him, get him, get him, get him. Lovely. More shells come down, not a problem. Stay hydrated. All right. We'll take command of this unit. Sneak them around back here. Really? Oh, that's bad. Took an unnecessary casualty. Wow. Oh, that hurts. Oh. All right. That's okay. Happily, I got them facing the other way. Which means I can now bring this squad up to assault them. To shoot them from behind and then assault them, right? No, I've gotta go straight in. I'm risking it, but it's from behind. Beautiful. Textbook assault. And now I can't get the objective. Oh my goodness. What a goof troop move. Hold on. Wait, I might still be able to do it. Hold on. I can kind of, if I can conga line, I can make, yes! Yes, the objective will be mine! Ha ha! Beautiful. Alright, and that should, let me see, who else is under you? So you're, and that should, alright, beautiful. This portion of the Siegfried line has been sundered. The Germans withdraw. The men, major victory, very light casualties, loyalty earned 9. The mission, major victory, Siegfried line breached, prestige earned 28. Not bad at all. Out of action report, okay. Let's go ahead and continue with the story until the Age of Men screen.
We found the Siegfried line, as it was called, or the Dragon's Teeth, which were built again by slave labor, I'm told, and they were not a fortification against our tanks because our bulldozers took dirt and pushed it over the top of them and rode right over the top. But we found these fortifications stretched out from one end of Germany to the other.
A moment of respite. Mission major victory, secured all 7 objectives. Men major victory, casualties less than 10%, although I took some really unnecessary ones right at the end. Concrete and blood, consolidation ensues. It can't last. Your men will make certain of that. No rest for the Germans. More firing, almost like the 4th of July. Little of it is directed your way. A whole company appears along your far right flank. An American company accompanied by a big hulking tank destroyers. The new M36 Jacksons with their gigantic 90mm cannon. Another company has breached the line. Relief is at hand. Looks like L Company, Captain, First Sergeant Grant says as the 2 companies move to make contact. And I think that's Lieutenant Pratt leading them. It is indeed, and Pratt is headed over for an officers' conference. Greet Lieutenant Pratt. Before you can exchange a word, the mewling whine of a screaming Mimi fills the air. The enemy rocket falls a few hundred yards away, but given the nature of that peculiar German artillery piece, you don't doubt more are on the way. This is my Nebelwerfer. It werfs Nebels. You can't chat, Captain, Lieutenant Pratt says. L Company needs to attack along the proper front right quick. Flynn won't like it if we got lost for a bit, so if it's all the same, let's head out together. He tenders a firm nod instead of a salute. The possibility of snipers requires that. Thank you, Pratt. We've got them now. Nod in return. We've got them now. By God, it actually looks that way, doesn't it? Lieutenant Pratt notes, then orders the new arrivals to their combat frontage. Nearby, another German rocket slams into a hillside and defeats a fresh patch of dirt. Pratt is as good as his word. L Company advances parallel to your right, their armored force backing the infantry's play. The few Germans that remain pull back under the combined onslaught, leaving behind their wounded as they yield the field. But the attack will continue until the enemy line sunders. The sun sets. As evening darkens, the war-torn land, your medics steadily move the wounded back toward the aid station. The worst hit are carried to the evacuation hospital first. German prisoners, wounded or not, head the same way. The stylishly dressed Oberleutnant is among them. The Fiend. Though his dress uniform is no longer pristine, the man remains unbowed. It'll take more than defeat and capture to dull that man's arrogance. Talk to the man, optional scene. Possible realism increase and combat fatigue reduction. Or ignore him. Prestige +2, trust +20. We'll talk to him. The Oberleutnant rises to his feet as you approach. You again, he says without waiting for you to say a word. I am Oberleutnant Spa, and you are wasting your men here. Before we start, can I ask about the uniform? I know, it should be further east by now. I really should be wasting them in Berlin. I may regret this, but tell me why. Before we start, can I ask about the uniform? This is my dress uniform, Oberleutnant Spar says, and gives an indifferent shrug. Most German officers have one, though perhaps not one of this quality. They don't generally wear them into combat. They look good, I admit. I've never seen a German dress uniform. They don't generally wear them into combat. There was no time to change. I came directly from my leave, Oberleutnant Spar says. The men were inspired to see me wearing it. There's something wrong with this, but there is much that is wrong with you and your men. As I have said, your men are wasted here. I know, it should be further east by now. Far to the east. East of Germany. Fighting the masses of the east, Oberleutnant Spar says, as if making a grand pronounce it. It is they who are the real threat. They're coming. They're the scum of humanity. My father fought them, my mother suffered them. I have worked hard so that my sister shall never hear their boots in the night. The Untermensch turned... Jesus Christ. The Untermensch turned a once great country into a foul smear of blood. If allowed, these spawn of hell shall force all of Europe to submit to their tyrannical regime. Nice speech. Hitler's murdered more republics than anyone. Germany attacked westward first. Hitler's murdered more republics than anyone. Pah! Oberleutnant Spar says. The Fuhrer did what needed to be... Jesus Christ. Wronger words were never spoken. The Fuhrer did what needed to be done. The November criminals and their successors were too weak to stand against the masses of the East. We could have put a stop to Stalin and his godless hordes, and you stood with us. Instead, we will all pay the price for your folly. I don't remember us invading Russia like you did. Germany never wanted war, Oberleutnant Spar says, as if not having heard a word. The Soviets had to be opposed. We could not do that while the Versailles Diktat shackled us and kept the German people hostage. Jesus. Alright, so this guy has bought a lot of NSDAP propaganda. Which, I mean, I guess that's not shocking, right? He's a German officer in 1945. What do you expect? He shakes his head sadly and lets out a theatrical tisk. We hope you would see reason. Join with us. Instead, you will let your Jews destroy us. Yes, we know your Morgenthau plan, the plan to make the Reich a potato patch and strip away our industry, lay us bare, and rape the earth under the lie of reparations. Millions would die. Germany was the one that started bombing cities. How many cities were erased in Russia? I think 2 world wars would be enough. How much blood is on your hands? I mean, I don't know about any of this. This guy is okay. There is a Morgenthau plan. But like, I don't know that I believe this is going to happen. Historically, it did not. So I'm not. I wish there were an option to not take him at his word on this, because again, this is not something that like a heckin' infantry captain would know about. I think losing 2 world wars would be enough. We were stabbed in the back, this time. There is still time, Oberleutnant Spar calls out breathlessly. The world may yet be saved. You must ally with the fatherland. Together we can rid the world of the Untermensch curse. If the civilized races are united, we can pull the world from the brink. By fighting as one, we will be free. He stares past you, seeing only some grand illusion visible only to the truly devoted. This passion has seen him through years of war, and it refuses to die. Are you even listening to me? The beatings will continue until you admit failure. If the army needed crazy, you'd be marked A1. Laugh at the absurdity of the man. I'm going to laugh at him. Oberleutnant Spar sits back and takes a deep breath. His hands shudder and there's a twitch to his eye. You're a fool to think you will win this war, he says in a distant Oh no, sorry. You're a fool to think you'll win this war, he says in a distant monotone. The instant you are no longer of use, your false friends will turn on you. America will be destroyed, civilization will be destroyed, and the Soviets and the degenerates and the Jew vermin will dance upon the ruins. And then finally, he shuts the fuck up. Speaking as one of the degenerates. Fucking idiot. Yes, so the November Criminals is a particular line that's of interest. It's an expression of what's called the stab in the back myth, which is the claim that like if only after toppling the Kaiser, the new republic had just kept fighting, Germany could have still won World War I at the end, which was not the case. All the generals knew it was toast. It was not. All the generals knew the war effort was toast, and it was not going to happen. Anyway, realism +1, combat fatigue -15. Propaganda's a hell of a drug. The next day is not nearly as difficult. Local counterattacks, the occasional barrage, and no Tiger tanks. Stern's mortars get a real workout. Round after round drives the Germans into their pillboxes and then provides smoke to screen the assaults. Under the eager direction of Lieutenant Thompson, 1st Platoon leads the way. They're a well-oiled Nazi-killing machine. The breakout from the Siegfried line is inevitable, and yet still somehow a surprise. Promptly the next day, Lieutenant Rau submits a report indicating that the Germans are gone. The way is clear, all the way to the Rhine. The company advances over a clean mile before digging in for the night. Dearborn's platoon catches over a dozen German prisoners that night. Some of the enemy just walk right into their outposts and surrender. It's enough that some of the men stop looking east and instead gaze longingly westward, with their letters from home in hand. Every man knew the war would end eventually. They just didn't expect to see it themselves. Kept them focused. Keeping them focused after this could be trouble. Remind them we can't let up. Advance idealism. Combat fatigue 20. Realism +2. Refocus the men for the current advance. Advance zeal. Combat fatigue +10. Realism +1. Pass out pamphlets on how to fight the Japanese. Combat fatigue -20. Oh, 10. Oh, the cunning response. Overtly start the paperwork on medals. Advance professionalism. Combat fatigue +10. Realism +1. Or drive them hard. Advanced discipline. Combat fatigue +20. Realism +2. I'm going to start the paperwork on medals. Medals require witnesses. Getting the men to recount the brutal incidents where courage was needed makes them remember that they can't let their guard down now. Professionalism advances maximum attained. Combat fatigue plus 10, realism plus 1. Lieutenant Rao dutifully fills out the forms and gathers witness testimony. He also shows a rare flair for the dramatic, which is all to the better where both the paperwork and the soldiers are concerned. Which, again, if you recall, Lieutenant Rao was a major in the German army. So he actually, in the Wehrmacht prior to his leaving and joining the USA. So, like, this isn't shocking, that he's good at this kind of work, because that's the kind of one of the types of work you need to be good at to advance above, the captain level. To advance as an officer as far as he had. So he advances professionalism, combat fatigue plus 20, realism plus 2. First platoon with its palpable losses requires close supervision, but Thompson can't seem to fill in the gaps without a witness to verify things, and that chafes on the nominated men. Thompson's combat fatigue plus 10. Morris stays quiet during it all. In his silence there are volumes of loss. Stern pushes the paperwork through as swiftly as he can. Afterward, he returns to his mortars and machine guns. He advances professionalism, combat fatigue plus 20, realism plus 2. Dearborn carefully suggests key phrases for the witnesses to use. As a result, things look likely for a number of medal prospects. He advances professionalism, combat fatigue plus 10, realism plus 1. The war rolls on, and the 7th Infantry Regiment rolls with it toward the Rhine. Beautiful. Alright, beyond the Siegfried line. This is where I'll cut the episode. Nice, respectable episode. And next time we'll get on towards the next battle. For now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun. And I will see you on the other side.